Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Moonriver. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right hand corner of the screen. Now let's jump straight into the TA. Taking a look at Moonriver on the daily chart, I do want to make this quick and brief because there is not a lot to cover, to be honest with you, but I do want to say that the price is dropping like crazy. We're never going to probably recover from this. This is extremely bearish and I've never seen anything like this. I know that sounded weird, and that's exactly what I would have said if this was my second day in the markets, but luckily for us, this is not my second day in the markets, and drops like these are the times when I get greedy. And what I mean by that is when the prices are dropping, that's when I'm buying. And I know a lot of people are doing the exact opposite. So they're selling when the prices are dropping for some reason, and they're taking the loss, and they're waiting until the markets are pumping to buy at all-time high prices. Now, I do the exact opposite. I sell at the all-time high prices. So what is happening here is obviously bearish in terms of technical analysis, because once you start losing a crucial support level, you are looking at more moves to the downside. Another support level below could be found at $5.29. We'll take a look at that on the weekly chart a bit later in the video. But for now, I want to say that this was our presumed bear market low at approximately $6, and we had a bounce from there in December, and now we started recovering, and we obviously are retracing down to where we came from. So this is still not that bad, guys. If you are scared because of this price action, you should not be in crypto, or you should not be in this project at all, because if you're buying into a project, you're buying because you know that the project is going to have demand during the bull market. You know that the team has been fully doxed, they're good, they're working on the project, they're developing, they're keeping their members updated, or the community updated. And if that's all fine, the price shouldn't really matter. In fact, the lower it goes, the better it is for you. So zooming into the daily chart right now, let's see what is going on here. We have some sort of a descending resistance trend line, which we can immediately identify here. We've had a retracement from there back in May, actually 2 times in May, and now once again in June. And then we had this support level below us at $6.13, which we managed to lose already. Now, if I take a trend line and I drag it all the way back down to the support, and I take the trend line and put it at the point of breakout, our potential target here is going to be sitting at $5.65, roughly speaking. So if you want to be averaging into Moonriver, I wouldn't necessarily even be waiting for those prices, because right now we're sitting at the all-time low. We're sitting at all-time low prices, guys. So if you are looking to build a strong position in Moonriver, and you were looking to do so for a very long time, this is your opportunity. This is your chance to do so. And I wouldn't be I'm not going to be wasting this opportunity myself. I do have a bag of Moonriver tokens, and I am going to be getting more, and obviously my patrons will be advised on that as soon as I have my purchases. But you can see that on the daily chart, the 20 EMA is acting as a strong resistance. As always, we do talk about this pretty much on every single chart. So we had a back test of resistance at the end of May, and we had another back test of resistance at the start of June. So just a few days ago, we had this retracement from the, actually this was yesterday when we ran into the 20 EMA, and then we had a pullback. So the 20 EMA is a major resistance level once you're below it. Now, once you manage to get yourself above the 20 EMA and above the 55, and you have the bullish cross, you tend to hold the 20 as support. Now, that works out better during a bull market, obviously, because there's more incentive to go to the upside. However, during a bear market, the 20 EMA is your support level as well, but as you can see, you do tend to lose it pretty quickly. For example, we had a bullish cross here in January, and then a few months later in March, we already got our bearish cross, and we barely held the 20 EMA as support. During a bull market, it works a bit differently, where we hold the 20 EMA as support, and we just keep bouncing off of it. So I would say if you are looking to get into Moonriver, you don't have any tokens yet, this is your perfect opportunity, especially if you were buying tokens all the way up here at $100, at $300, and God forbid at $400. If you manage to do that, this is where you should be averaging in. Now, if we switch over to the daily RSI, you can see that our red support trend line is lost once again. Now, these few times where we had a fake out below the red support trend line, we actually managed to recover quite quickly. I don't know if that is going to be the case right now. So what we can do to potentially see or potentially have a nice support block, we can take a block here and draw this out like this. So as you can see, if I even go back a bit lower, there we go. So from June 2022 all the way down to here to May, where we are right now, basically, every time you entered this support block, you had a move to the upside. Now, this support block would be set up from 32 on the index all the way down to 26.4, and this is generally where you want to be averaging into the project. And of course, down below here, you have your support, your major support at 18.68. We had a bounce in January last year. We had a bounce in June last year. And potentially with the upcoming capitulation that we might have before the halving, we might come back down to 18.68. And that is going to be our last retest of that area before we go parabolic in 2024 and 2025. So there's still time to accumulate, guys. Don't FOMO in. Don't sell your grandma's house and go, 100x leverage in into Moonriver right now. But if you want to set up a staking pool or a staking node and you want to earn passive income, you want to have a good position, now is the time to do so. Obviously, don't be a degen. This is a low cap gem after all. You don't want to be putting your life savings into this thing. Now, let's quickly switch over to the weekly chart. And before we continue with the video, I quickly want to mention my Patreon that's linked down below in the description. If you enjoy my content, you want to get more exclusive content, and you want to support me at the same time, definitely feel free to check out the Patreon, because you're going to get a 7-day free access on my Patreon and an instant access to all of my content since October 2021, which is when I started. You'll get access to content like exclusive weekly podcasts, and we're starting to invite guests already. We have 40 plus low cap gem posts. We have a bunch of project reviews. We have a bunch of resources that are going to help you save time and make more money with this upcoming bull market. So this is definitely a great exchange of value for the both of us. And once again, there's a 7-day free trial. Feel free to check it out. You can leave anytime, and let's continue with the video. Now, as you can see, we have a Fibonacci retracement set up from the swing high that we printed in February to the swing low that we printed in January. And right now what is happening is that we're losing this January low, we're losing this, and we're on our way down. Now, the minimal target on our way down is going to be the 1.272 Fibonacci retracement, which is right over here at $5.25 roughly. And this is exactly where you want to be averaging in, because this potentially could be our bottom. Now, obviously, we don't know where the actual bottom is going to be because we don't have a crystal ball. I'm not here to play guessing games. I'm here to give you potential support levels based on the Fibonacci retracement, because we don't have any other data down here. The price has never been this low. I can't just, set up a support level or anything like that. It's not really something that I can do. In fact, the only thing that I can really do is draw a trend line from this low in June to this low in January, and this is actually a potential trend line that we could retest down the line if we continue in this trend, because actually you can see that it does look like a channel, a down pattern here. Now, if we were to come back all the way down to the support, potentially we could be retesting $3.50. Now, that would be extremely bearish in my opinion. That would take a lot to drop Moonriver that low. That's another 40% drop. So I would be less ambitious, I should say, and just target $5.30 for our local bottom. Of course, if we go lower, feel free to average in lower, but you should always have cash on the sidelines in case that happens. So the major resistance trend line above us, as a lot of the altcoins have this same thing on their charts right now, from August last year all the way down to April 2023, we've been retesting the exact same resistance trend line. And once we are able to break above that, once we're able to move to the upside and have the volume indicator confirm that breakout, which means that we're going to have a lot of volume coming in here, that is going to confirm the breakout. Even if we have a backtest of support, that's going to be even better, which means that we break above the resistance, we come back down to retest it, and then we move to the upside. That would even be perfect. If that happens, that's even better, like I said. So a lot of opportunities here, and I think right now, if we do end up dropping even lower when the Fed goes for another 25 basis points hike either in June or July, this is going to be one of our last opportunities to buy these cheap prices, guys. We're not going to be staying here forever, trust me. And or don't trust me, don't take my word for it. Go take a look at the markets and see what has been happening in the past 10 years. And yeah, hopefully you learned something useful, guys. Hopefully this was educational, at least to a certain degree. And if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, guys. Turn on the notifications bell, because we're going to be doing these updates on a weekly basis for Moonriver, as we have been doing for quite a while now. And I'm going to see you in the next one. Take care and goodbye.